we're going to make you one. There is your cheese and tomato princess. We
Thank
love
you.
And of course, we've been loving the fact that Janie has made a foray into the Afrikaans scene, and people are...
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is indeed, and so good to have your company at the start of a brand new day as we continue our conversation with our legal expert and friend in the law, Eitan Stern, of course, a lawyer at legalese.co.za, and we're discussing the possibilities of filming with your phone and then the result of maybe having that video go viral and what the repercussions of that can be, because you're not just allowed to just film anything, apparently, out there, and even more so, Eitan, once you've filmed, legally, what you have, you're not just allowed to just put it on social media, are you?
No. So the real restriction in this is around people's right to privacy.
Yeah.
So we're able to film because, you know, we have the ability to pick up our hands and do it, and we have cameras.
And because life is life, and it's happening all around us.
Exactly. But the restriction is what you do with it, because where it meets is people's right to privacy. So while I might legally have been allowed to take a picture or video of you, I'm restricted in what I can do with that because you have a right to privacy. So I can't just post it on social media or use it in an advert or put it on a, you know, do what I want with it because it's a picture of you and I might be infringing your right to privacy or, you know, any of your other personal rights.
Yeah.
And then we see videos go viral all the time. So what do you do in the instance where a video goes viral? Is the person that's the subject of that video allowed to sue the person?
Okay, really interesting question. It's something we don't really think about much. Theoretically, yes. If you took a video of someone and you breached their right to privacy, and that video, so you've done something unlawful, and that video then goes viral and causes harm to the person in the video, then yes, the person in the video could potentially claim against you for the harm they've suffered. And let's say they can't get a job or they lose their job or something like that because of the video, then the harm that you've caused to them could be quite severe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, definitely, legally, you should be thinking about it, and you should not post things on social media if you don't have the permission from the person in it. Also, morally, like, this issue is getting worse and worse, and really, you know, there's a culture that we post everything to social media, but we need to slow that down because we're just at the start of videos and surveillance, and we need to be thinking about that.
And let's also just address the point where, you know, a lot of young kids could be doing harm to their reputations going forward in future. So you are a kid and you're at school and you film, let's say, a fight between a bully and whatever, and you don't necessarily share it to social media, but you share it to a WhatsApp group, right?
Yeah.
And somebody in that WhatsApp group posts it online.
For sure.
Now you have infringed on somebody's right to privacy. You've embarrassed them in the
Yeah.
public space.
Yeah.
Can they then, who can they take action against? Is it the person that spread it or the person that filmed it and shared it in the first instance?
Interesting question. It could probably be potentially both of them.
Yeah.
You know, if you are sharing something, then you are contributing to disseminating it. And if
Yeah.
you are filming it, then you're also contributing. And that's like a really important point. And that's something, I mean, I'm quite happy I wasn't a kid when there was cameras around, because, you know, it's quite a big responsibility, the ability to film anything.
Yeah.
So certainly something that kids out there should be watching out for. You know, just because you can film it doesn't mean you should, and doesn't mean you should post it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking now, a lot of influencers go to
Yeah.
public spaces when they make videos. Most of these videos are sponsored or paid for. So I think my next question also touches on that a little bit. Am I allowed to make money from videos I take?
Okay, for sure. So yes, you certainly can, and a lot of people do. You know, we're on a set right now where we're making money from videos that, or some, you know, like it's a commercial entity. Journalism, influencers, filmmakers, documentary makers, these are all people that make money from film. But if you were doing that for a living, then you would understand the laws around it.
Yeah.
Now, we've simplified the stuff, really simplified it today to make it accessible.
So just thinking that the golden rule should be, if you are in any doubt whether what you're about to post could
Yeah.
cause harm to somebody,
Don't post
preferable to not post it. Ask permission. And in fact, if you need more advice on this kind of thing, you can visit Eitan and his friends at legalese.co.za. Thanks a lot, man.
Only a pleasure.
So undoubtedly, no other sport relies on the ocean as much as surfing does. It stands to reason the World Surf League organised some of the coolest events on the calendar. The Janie Bay Open, for instance, takes its responsibility to protect our oceans very seriously. So ahead of World Oceans Day this coming Saturday, the WSL's non-profit arm called Pure announced that they will aim to be the first global sports organisation to go carbon neutral by the end of 2019. This year, we're joined by WSL Africa Operations Manager Colin Fitch. Colin, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
So cool to have you here. Even better to be broaching this particular conversation. Carbon neutral. This is quite a big step. It sounds like, I think for any kind of event, this is going to be quite a difficult thing to achieve for an entire organization. Very complicated. Why take this step, and what is it going to entail? How much of a step is this?
Oh, it's a huge step globally, you know, especially from, you know, the oceans are our playgrounds, they're our stadiums, you know, so from WSL standpoint, and especially Pure standpoint, it's really important that we address this issue and send a message to the rest of the world that this is the way we should be going.
We don't have a choice anymore. We've reached critical mass with plastic, with our oceans, with the way that we are living as human beings. It's one thing in principle to agree and kind of have the motivation. It's another thing to actually achieve it. How are you going to be going about achieving this carbon neutral footprint?
Yeah, well, you know, if you just have a look at our employees, we've reduced the amount of travel that we do in terms of bringing staff in and that to event. We also, as an organisation, we don't use any plastic at our events. It's either pure paper, or every single one of our employees got their own little water can that they use. We also carry our own eating utensils, believe it or not. You know, we carry our own little wooden utensil bag around the world, and don't use plastic straws. We're just completely trying to move away from any plastic that we can use at events.
And this is something that every single person out there can do. A small change, when you start to compound that, it really can make a difference. Of course, it's all about creating awareness as well, and we've been given a beautiful opportunity with World Oceans Day happening. And I understand that there is going to be a global paddle out on the 15th of June on International Surfing Day. Is there going to be one here in South Africa?
Yeah, we're doing it in conjunction with the Volkswagen VW Open, South African Open, down in Port Elizabeth. And we're going to get as many surfers surfers as we can in the Port Elizabeth area, just to come and do a paddle out in the ocean, just to show the support. This is not just here in South Africa, but watching earlier on and watching that the fact that there's 43 countries in South Africa
It's going to be awe-inspiring, yeah.
Wow, man, nothing could be better. But we've got Morocco, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and so many of those other countries who've put their hand up to join us on the 15th. That it's really, really good. So, we're encouraging just people, groups of organizations to go to pure.org and sign up for Oceans Day and, put your name against it and support us.
You are literally putting your money where your mouth is now, and I think this ideally is going to send a message to other organizations, other sporting codes. Just to give an indication of the motivation, you live in the ocean pretty much. The extent of the damage that you've experienced in what you've seen through your organization's work, just how bad is the situation?
Oh, if you look at some of the areas which are now really cleaned up, places like Bali, it was just amazing how much you were actually surfing with trash. I was in Senegal a couple of months ago, and it's exactly the same thing. There's no recycling plants in Senegal, so the plastic there's just all over the place. So yes, it's really important. One of our championship tour surfer, Ace Bachen's got a policy of bring home 3 pieces of trash every time you go surfing. So that really resonated around the world. So every time surfers go out for a paddle, whether they're walking up the beach or they leaving, pick up 3 pieces of plastics and take it home. Get rid of it.
I've started doing it when I walk my dogs. Everyone can do something like that. Colin, we absolutely love what you guys are doing. Now, you guys have an opportunity to check out some of the big names in surfing, adding their names to support for this incredible initiative. Take a look.
I'm Carissa Moore, and I'm taking the WSL Pure Pledge to stop trashing waves.
Every action counts to help save our ocean.
Join the global paddle out on International Surfing Day on June 15th to show your support.
Yep, go and show your support. You can join fellow surfers and, in fact, the broader global community by showing your commitment to saving our oceans and hashtag Stop Trashing Waves. Head on over to wslpure.org to make the pledge, and then if you can, go and paddle out on the 15th of June this year in Pollock Beach in Port Elizabeth. It's going to be spectacular, so go and have yourself heard. It is vitally important. Colin, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks very much for having me.
Oh, it's so important to look after the environment, especially given that today is World Environment Day. And of course, I mean, looking at the news that we've been reading, what's happening in Australia, they had their hottest summer most recently on record, and of course, snow most recently in subtropical areas like Queensland. So there's a lot of changes going on, and we need to look after our planet.
Absolutely, realizing that we only have one planet, and the weather may be fine in your part of the world, but it might not be going too well elsewhere. And once all of those cumulative factors come into play, and we have global warming on a grand scale and it can't be stopped, then it's going to be too late. So we all need to do our part in whatever small way to protect our environment and hopefully, ensure a better world for generations to come.
That's right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit.
Only you can make my day.
Science reaches for the truth. It works for the big and small, for the old and young. And with knowledge as our first ingredient, science is at the heart of our food. For differences you can see, feel, and trust. It all starts with science.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for joining us. Interesting discussion so far. That whole social media, can you post, should you post, when should you post? Really, really interesting stuff. So we're preparing. We're going to have a little bit of fun. I hope your guys, your noses are tuned, because I'm going to put them to the test.
Really?
A little bit of fun in just a moment.
Okay.
But it's a really important time in the music industry.
It really is. In fact, this past weekend was a big one for the music industry as the 25th South African Music Awards took place in Sun City.
And the theme for this year was 25 to life, as they mark a quarter of a century. And Tsolo, he was there to capture all of the action.
It is the time of year again where the who's who of the South African music industry come together to celebrate each other and their achievements through the South African Music Awards. And we know that our local music scene never disappoints when it comes to delivering, hence 25 years of the Thomaz. And of course, we're here to bring you all the action, starting with the highlight of any event, that being the red carpet. One man who's contributed so much to the music industry has to be Kuli Chana. Kuli, you are co-hosting this year. What are you looking most forward to at the awards?
Man, I'm looking forward to living my dream as a co-host on Jam Alley, because I'll be co-hosting with Twasa, right? So it just kind of takes me back to that moment when I was growing up watching Jam Alley. So we're going to take people on a trip down memory lane, you know. Tonight is going to be special, man. It's 25 years.
Last year is still one of probably my career highlights, hosting the Thomaz last year. I had the most fun, Le Somizi and Dineo. I miss you guys, wish you were here. This year is different. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be called back, number one. But if it's nice, we play twice. So we've got an interesting show. The dynamics are different.
With me is a longtime friend of ours here on Expresso, Zolani. How are you doing? And talk to us about this interesting outfit that you have on tonight.
Thank you very much. This outfit is something that I designed because I love making unique stuff that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like it's me in the dress.
I want to ask you about this outfit that you've got on today. It's very interesting. What inspired you to come dressed like the Phantom of the Opera, I think, right?
Yeah, 7 years ago I was actually in the Phantom of the Opera, and I'm still here, the only black guy in Africa who has sat on stage to play the role.
And how are you feeling about your nomination tonight?
I'm feeling great. I work hard. It's my own production company. As a young man in South Africa, if you can go that far and get that recognition, I would say kudos.
Gigi Lemaine, we've just been arguing about whose suit is better. Whose suit is better, mine or yours?
Okay, babe, you can have it. You can have it this time, only because it's Men's Month. I think Father's Day is coming up, so you can have it. It's okay.
Another living legend here on the red carpet. I'm honored to be speaking to Mum Yvonne Chaka Chaka. You were at the very first Summer Awards 25 years ago. How was that like?
It was amazing. It was different, and things have evolved. Music has evolved for the best. And today we're all here. You are doing it like the BET and the Oscar way. So things have changed, but it's amazing that we're here. And I want to say congratulations to every boy and girl who's being nominated. Music is life, music is language, music is art, music is everything.
How many Thomaz have you collected over the 25 years?
21. I got 21 Summer Awards, and I've got a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Thomaz. And I'm so grateful today that we're celebrating 25 years of the Thomaz. And I grew up here, I mean, really. So it's like amazing.
And Mama, you are one person who's seen the Thomaz evolve over the years. How would you say they've contributed to the growth of the music industry in South Africa?
So much, because if it wasn't for the Thomaz, we wouldn't know what we're doing. They gave us that strength and that courage of saying, you're doing right. If Rebecca Malupi can win 21 Summer Awards, that means I've been doing right all these 21 albums, right?
The South African Music Awards are all about celebrating excellence in the industry, and winning a Sama as an artist can be considered a stamp of approval. Let's go catch up with some of tonight's winners. With me is the winner of the Record of the Year, Holly. What does winning this award mean to you?
It's not just my award, this is my fans' award. What it means being the only female artist in the category, the only female independent artist. This is a win for the female artists. It is a win for the independent artists. We can do it. We are incredible. I mean, Shoma Josie is incredible. There are just so many amazing female artists, and this is one for the girls.
With me is Trezor, who's just won Best Pop Album for a 3rd time in a row. Good things happen in 3, right, Trezor?
Yes, thank you, man. I'm blessed, overwhelmed, grateful. I'm happy.
Strava, a huge congratulations to you walking away with the biggest award tonight, that is Album of the Year. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. I think it's an honor, you know. And I'll tell you a funny story. I thought the album was horrible, and I didn't want to release it. And then the label had to release it. And then I was like, yeah, because I really thought it was bad. But then abantu, they like it. And ngaphinde futhi ngakhumbula ukuthi music swenzela abantu, you know what I mean? So if they love it, who am I to deny it?
How does it feel to walk away with a Lifetime Achievement Award? Kabelo.
It's an honor and a privilege. It really, really is. To be honored and recognized for what you do. You know, we count it especially a privilege because, you know, we're still here, we're still alive. You know, I think of Double HP, who's also honored tonight. He's not here, you know, and I'm sure you'd have loved to have been here to accept the award and be recognized for the great work that he has done.
Newcomer of the Year went to Shaw Majosi for Limpopo Champions League. She also took Female Artist of the Year, while Black Coffee was unbeatable in taking Male Artist of the Year for Music is King.
What an electrifying evening tonight has been, from the red carpet fashion to the performances, and most importantly, our artists being honored for their hard work. Here's to the next 25 years of the South African Music Awards.
Congratulations to all of the winners. Thank you so much. Tsolo living his best life there. Now it's about to get a little heated in here. This morning I'm going to have a little bit of fun with my teammates. You might see that they have their blindfolds on. I've got 7 awesome ingredients under the cloches here in front of me. Some of the ingredients you will find in Clover's beautiful new Fruits of the Forest cereals. They're crunchy, they're fruity, and they are perfect for people who are living on the go. Their cereal range makes for a healthy breakfast or just a snack on the go. So guys, how are you feeling? Hey, do you feel like one of your senses has been removed?
Yeah. I'm allowing all of my other senses to be enhanced because of the removal.
Space, waxing on, waxing off. So the game rules are, it's going to be a blind taste test, okay? So I need you to feel, smell, and obviously taste the ingredients that I put out in front of you, and then you've got to let me know what you think it is. The first person to get it right wins, and we've got quite a few to get through. So are you feeling?
What's our prize?
What's your prize is you get to lord your victory over your teammate for the rest of the day.
I love lording.
It's massive, and
Lording is cool.
you are quite a lorder. That's you do appreciate it. So guys, are the noses tuned?
Yes.
Are the taste buds tuned?
They are.
Okay, the olfactory senses are ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to have to put them in front of you. So just go gentle. So I lift the first cloche. You guys can see what's underneath there.
Are you putting stuff
okay, I'm gonna just throw it at your face, and you're gonna open your mouth and catch it. No, I'm joking. Okay. So there, you can now grab it. Grab a few pieces of it, if you can.
Okay.
Okay. Don't give a guess yet. Go through your process here. It's right in front of you. I'm gonna lower your hand. There we go. Grab
this.
It's not the tablecloth.
This, yeah.
It's there in the bowl. Okay. Just there we go. You can have a guess.
Sunflower seeds.
Boom. Kat, what do you think? You're doing the rabbit test.
Definitely sunflower seeds.
All right. It is a super healthy snack. It's rich in vitamin E and it can help lower your blood pressure and inflammation. It is indeed sunflower seeds. Congratulations.
Yes.
Give ourselves a round of applause. Okay, so now let's move on to our next one here. This one, and I'm going to give you a bit of a clue here. It's known as nature's candy. It's super rich in antioxidants. And let's see if you can guess what it is right in front of you there. Don't squish it too much. Okay, it's right in front of you, man. Why can't you? No, it's not. I haven't put it there yet. I'm sorry, man.
That's mean, man.
I was being mean, sir.
Can I have more?
It was the Spurs coin. Can you have more? You can have more if you need to, just for the purposes of offering a thorough taste test.
I know what this one is.
But you
Can
have
we guess
another.
together?
Don't okay, in 3, 2, 1.
Raspberries.
Kat, I want to say that you were wrong.
No, but it's a raspberry.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh, okay, no, you both get it right. How delicious, eh? Fresh, awesome raspberries. Okay, now we move on to our next one. This one I'm going to put it. It's a little one. It could get messy, so just be careful. There we go.
Oh, it's sour, that raspberry.
A little pinch there. Throw some on the table just as you can. There we go. Kat's right in front of you. There we go. So this one, it can be eaten in many different ways.
Ooh.
And is a household staple.
Ooh.
Don't sniff too hard. You're going to get it all over your face. You can.
Oh, no, it's not what I thought. Hold on.
Really? Jenny does the
No,
taste.
it got
the
me.
taste
Can I go?
test.
Wait. It smells like guava.
You really must. It smells like guava, but it can't be. You know that it
Yeah,
can't be.
it can't.
'cause
Can I guess?
You can guess, Siebels.
It's,
Is it oats?
I call rolled oats on this one.
Okay, well, you went quite snazzy there, but you both get it right. You both get a point. It is indeed oats. So you guys are neck and neck. Well done. Now we're going to move on to this next one. Are you keeping that for later for yourself?
I don't know what I should do with it.
I'll grab it. Okay. I got it. All right. So now, this one I'm going to let you start, okay?
Okay.
So, this is known as a superfruit. Very high in vitamins and nutrients. That smell has got to be quite... I know it's difficult. Don't touch every piece before you
Okay.
I also
This
have
one.
to try it.
Yeah, I know. He didn't touch the middle piece. It's fine, though.
Oh, I don't like these, but I know what it is.
You don't have to taste it, but it's up to you.
It's got
if
that
you want
seedy
to.
thing.
You also get it, just like
Where the
Kat's going to
seeds are
touch
red.
every one piece and then put it
Yeah.
back.
The guava.
Kuyavel, it is. So you guys are doing fantastically well. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to put take the
I
cloth
was
off my
allergic
next
to
one.
these when I was a child.
Really? Oh, you're not anymore, eh?
I hope not.
Are you sure?
Was it one of those child allergies where you just didn't want to eat it?
Yeah, well.
Okay, so now this one is. We're going to put a bit of a spin. So I'll start with you. This is one of my
Seed
favorite
is
things.
big.
It's one of my absolute
Do you have a
favorite
spitball?
things. No, man.
I've got seeds in my mouth.
Yeah, you got a child, crew. It's healthy. This is like super seeds. Sunflower seeds are super seeds. Are you honestly going to eat that whole bowl piece by piece?
So I'm assuming it's delicious then.
But I don't know. She's smelling it. She's got a funny expression on her face. Look at that.
This is difficult.
It smells dry.
Smells dry.
Can I
What does
guess?
dry smell like? It's high in fiber, super delicious, and as you're discovering, it's crunchy.
Is that muesli?
It's like granola vibes. Granola.
It's like granola.
No, but it is because it's wait.
Okay, I'm gonna have
It's
to answer.
granola.
I'm gonna final answer. For
I
both of you.
go granola with this one.
Muesli.
We've got muesli, we've got granola. It is, ladies and gentlemen, granola.
Yes! You beauty,
This
my
is
mouth,
where
you
the
beauty.
edges out in front. Ooh, there's two more to go. You're gonna have to pull it back. So, okay, well done, dude. Okay, and now we move on to this one. Is a little bit tricky. It's quite synonymous with helping fight off certain diseases and infections. Go for it, buddy. Okay, these ones have been dried out somewhat. Don't do it.
So, okay, I did the
They're
taste.
superfood. Now Zoe thinks she's about to taste something nasty.
Oh, these are my favorite.
Are they your favorite?
Yeah, I have them every morning in my
In your-
oats and stuff.
In your things.
Yeah.
In your fruits of the forest, you have.
Can I whisper it in your ear?
You can.
Okay.
Maybe.
What do you?
Zoe,
Can
are
I
you?
guess dried cranberries?
Cash,
That's what I
say it
said.
out
That's what I
loud?
said. Cranberries as well.
Cranberries.
Dried cranberries.
Boom. Cat is still out in front. Zoe, this is the last chance. Is he going to falter? Nobody knows. Go for it. It's right in front of you there. These are fresh. They're a classic. They actually have more vitamins than an orange, believe it or not.
Tell you without tasting
And
it.
they come in different forms. This one rounds off a beautiful, well-rounded breakfast snack on the go. You you're tasting like Rafiki, the way you're getting in there with your little hand movements.
That was a good one.
Nice.
Strawberry.
Strawberry it is, Cats.
Strawberry.
You knew it, you got it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can take your blindfolds off.
I like the blind taste testing.
Hey, do you like it?
It's quite cool.
I have a feeling we're going to do it every single morning. Congratulations. Katleho, what time is it? You are Fruits of the Forest winner, man. Congratulations, buddy.
I now lord my victory over you.
Lord it with the cloche. The cloche of victory. Real fruit, real cereal, real taste. We love Clover's Fruits of the Forest cereal with the added oats, granola, and seeds. We've seen everything that gets packed into these beautiful, delicious little pots of joy. And this new crunchy experience is packed with over 10 vitamins and is the ultimate breakfast on the go. Are you guys full after all of that, man?
I'm ready for more though. I can do it.
Sunflower seeds inside.
Is that like a?
It's like a little fruit
That's it.
cup.
They should serve these up like that in like a. That's
I'm
cool.
quite hungry. I'm going to have one.
Sunflower seeds and raspberry. Sunberries.
Creamier taste and bigger fruit pieces. Fruits of the Forest yogurt is made with love by Clover.
Well, I think we've discovered a new kind of regular feature on the show. If any of these things are going to be left. Guys, any bets on India today?
Listen, I hope Proteas have a win today.
I like the fact that you bang the table with your
I want them
fist.
to have a win.
Can we turn
can't
it
leave the World Cup without a win.
Virat Kohli bowled out in his first over, and he only makes 12 runs. The Indian batting order crumbles for 150.
As they have done many times against South Africa, guys.
Isn't this their first World Cup game and our third?
Yeah.
So
we're
it's the ultimate opportunity to bounce back. Come on.
We're going to lord the victory over them like this, like I'm lording the victory
Virat,
now.
lording.
Is that even how you lord?
It is.
That's how you lord.
Dismissively. Oh.
Right.
Cadbury Dairy Milk shines the light on the generosity that lives inside each and every one of us. So we encourage all South Africans to bring your old toys to any of their pop-up little generosity shops and receive a slab of Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate on us. Get to those shopping centres on these dates, May through August, and let's inspire a little more Cadbury goodness in the world.
Ek het die rede gevind om uit die bed uit te klim, om asem te haal, om vrede te maak met wie ek is. Met wie ek is. Jy is my rots, jy het my gered, jy is my huis, jy is alles wat ek nodig het. Alles wat ek nodig het. Hulle sê ons is mal, maar ek weet dit lank al. Saam met ons die hemel in die wolke gesoek. En ons is amper daar, en ons is amper daar. Nie so mal soos ons gedink het nie. En ons is amper daar, al was ons teen mekaar. Dus nie meer dat ek jou nodig het nie. Ek het jou lief, ek het jou lief, ek het jou lief. Stukkies goud aan ons harte gebind van vooraf begin. Deur al die geraas gee jy my rus. Jy maak my soms kwaad, is maar jy doe dit dus. Kan ek so klein bietjie meer vocal kry? So ver is ons nog saam, ons al verder kan gaan. Saam gaan ons die ligpunt in die donker moet soek. En ons is It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is, and it is so good to be in your company on this Wednesday morning. Thanks for choosing to start the day off with us. Let's give you a quick update on the latest news headlines.
Thank you, Kat. Here's a final look at your national news. South Africans earning a monthly income of 41,600 Rand or less will no more have to submit tax returns. The tax return threshold has been increased to 500,000 Rand from 350,000 per annum. And Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi says the current school laws should be amended to deal with learners who have committed offences. We now go across the borders where a plastic bag ban came into force in Tanzania on Saturday as Africa leads efforts to stem the tide of plastic blighting. Tanzania is the 34th African country to implement such restrictions. And icy conditions have swept across eastern Australia, bringing snow to areas as far north as subtropical Queensland. Australia's Bureau of Meteorology has described it as an extremely rare sight. And finally, today is World Environment Day, one of the United Nations' most important days of the year for encouraging global awareness and action regarding the preservation of our environment. Fresh air is one of nature's essential and priceless gifts to mankind, and it is for this reason that this year's theme for World Environment Day is air pollution. Air pollution is a major global crisis. According to the World Health Organization, 9 out of 10 people worldwide breathe air containing a high level of pollutants. As a signatory to the Paris Climate Change Agreement, South Africa has many great initiatives on the go and has developed air quality management plans for most provinces. And that's where we leave your morning headlines. Let's take a final look at your sport.
Look at the smile on my face. South Africa's Cricket World Cup woes continue, sadly, with our star fast bowler Dale Steyn now ruled out of the tournament. Yes, the writing was on the wall. That shoulder injury just too much to bear at the moment, so he'll now be replaced by Buren Hendricks. Staying with Cricket World Cup news, Dimuth Karunaratne, Sri Lanka, had to work hard for their first win of the 2019 Cricket World Cup. That was after beating a very spirited Afghanistan by 34 runs in damp and gloomy conditions. It was in Cardiff last night. On the rugby front, far more positive. The Junior Springboks claimed a massive bonus point victory, 43-19 over Scotland at the Racecourse Stadium in Rosario, Argentina. That's in the World Rugby Under-20 Championships. Happened yesterday. Then a stellar day at Roland Garros as well. The two greatest men's tennis players of their generation, undoubtedly Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal, will now meet for the 39th time at Roland Garros in the semi-finals of the French Open on Friday. Then just to whet your appetite, 2 World Cup fixtures on the cards in the Cricket World Cup today. We've got the first, obviously, the all-important South African must-win clash up against India in Southampton. That kicks off at 11:30, and then at 2:30, a very confident Bangladesh after their win. They'll face off against New Zealand at the Oval. Well, we're going to delve a little deeper into all of our World Cup cricket action and drama in just a moment, so stay tuned.
Here's a final look at your roads, starting off in KwaZulu-Natal and Durban, where there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the corner of Umbilo and Hillier Road. Now, the road is currently closed and causing heavy delays, so if it's possible, please avoid this area and make use of an alternative route this morning. In Gauteng and Jet Park on the N12 westbound, there has been a multi-vehicle accident as well, and this is after Craft Road obstructing that right lane, so please approach with caution. And if you're traveling by train, here's a Metro Rail update for you on the Central Line, and there's also overhead electrical failure between Netrag and Bontehevel, impacting Central Line trains. Commuters are advised to make use of an alternative mode of transport between Langa, Kapteinsklip and Chris Hani in both directions. And that's where we leave your traffic this morning.
Don't fear the flu. Boost your immune system with Effaflu C Immune Booster by Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
Well, here's a last quick look at the weather this morning, but first, a big thank you to Wise Base, who sent us a beautiful sunrise picture. Skyline from East London, beautiful one there, and also Craig Monkey. Thank you very much for sharing your sunrise picture all the way from Port Elizabeth. Let's take one last look at those temperatures all around the country, starting off in Polokwane, and there you can expect a low of 10 and a high of 27. The highest temperatures in the country can be found in Mbombela, ranging between 11 and 33. Pretoria, you could expect a low of 8 and a high of 26. Johannesburg, 6 to 23. Mahikeng in the Northwest Province, 4 to 26. Klerksdorp, 4 to 24. It'll be a cold start in the morning in Kimberley. Your temperatures there ranging between 2 and 20 degrees Celsius, while the lowest temperatures in the country can be expected in Bloemfontein in the Free State, a -1 to 20 degrees Celsius. Richards Bay, between 18 and 30. Pietermaritzburg, 10 and 28. Durban, 18 to 26. Mthatha, 6 to 24. 25. A southwesterly wind of about 30 kilometers per hour can be expected in East London. Partly cloudy conditions there and temperatures ranging between 10 and 23. Craddock, 3 and 21. Southwesterly winds of about 41 kilometers per hour can be expected in PE and temperatures ranging between 10 and 20. George, you can expect a low of 8 and a high of 19. Sutherland, 1 to 9, so a pretty cold day for you as well there. Heavy rainfall can be expected in the mother city, though it doesn't look like it right now. Temperatures there ranging between 10 and 16. Worcester, 5 and 13, and high humidity can be expected in Springbok, with temperatures ranging between 4 and 16 degrees Celsius. But no matter what the weather is like in your part of the country, here's wishing you a wicked Wednesday.
So loving having Janie Bay here, performed something a little bit older. Now she's about to perform something absolutely brand new. This is like the third time you've performed this.
Yeah.
This is a new single, Amper Daar.
Yeah.
What does it mean? What are you close to?
The song is about my relationship. I've been in for 5 years. In 2 days, we're together for 5 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Woo. Congrats, bud.
Yeah, it's about the realness about a relationship. Like we all know, we can all relate that there's good and bad in it. There's a line that goes, "Jy maak my soms kwaad, dis maar net hoe dit is." And that's how it is. Like it's the good and the bad.
So right now, so many women across the country have turned to their man and just given them a knowing look right now. From the sound check, it sounds absolutely amazing. I know this is very close to you. New music is always really special to share. So we're so glad that you are sharing it with us this morning. The stage is yours.
Ek het die rede gevind om uit die bed uit te klim, om asem te haal, om vrede te maak met wie ek is. Met wie ek is. Jy is my rots, jy het my gered, jy is my huis, jy is alles wat ek nodig het. Alles wat ek nodig het. Hulle sê ons is mal, maar ek weet dit lankal. Saam met ons die hemel en die wolke gesoek. En ons is amper daar, en ons is amper daar. Nie so mal soos ons gedink het nie. En ons is amper daar, al was ons teen mekaar. Dis nie meer dat ek jou nodig het nie. Ek het jou lief, ek het jou lief, ek het jou lief. Stukkies goud aan ons harte gebind van vooraf begin. Deur al die geraas gee jy my rus, jy maak my soms kwaad, dis maar net hoe dit is. So ver is ons nog saam, ons so verder kan gaan. Saam gaan ons die ligpunt in die donker moet soek. I
Absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that she's put her stamp on that.
Absolutely.
Entering into a new genre of music as well. Very proud of you. Well done, Janie Bay.
All right. Well, are you ready? Are we going to get into this?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Let's stop beating and fuffing about the bush, okay? The South African cricket team are going through a mini crisis right now after losing their first 2 matches to England and Bangladesh at the ICC Cricket World Cup. A loss against India could spell doom for the Proteas, and to add salt to the wound, they've also lost top bowler Dale Steyn, who's on his way home, in fact. And to help us dissect what exactly is going wrong with the Protea squad right now in the camp ahead of their match against the mighty Indian team, please welcome sports editor Dudley Carstens and sports journalist Matthew Marcus. Gents, great to have you here, though it may not be in the greatest of circumstance, but here we are nonetheless.
Yeah, we got to do it, man. I'm trying not to be overly dramatic here. Yes, we all have the baggage of past tournaments and we all feel frustrated. I think a general frustration over having a team that has so much potential, so many star players. If you look at even the fantasy rankings of players, how much interest there is in South Africa's batsmen as well. The batsmen that just aren't delivering. What happened against Bangladesh? Is there a way back, gents? Matthew?
Hey, man. I think the problem is like the bowling, man. The bowling, we've given away too many runs, 300 runs in each innings. I think it's a lot too much for the bowlers, for the batsmen to get down at the moment, especially with nobody
going on,
hitting their shots.
We have to watch another run out.
We're struggling.
Moment, come on, man.
I mean, when we have such a bowler-centric, focused head coach in Otis,
quick.
Exactly. And then you have a look at the first 2 games where you're like 300 in each of the innings in opposition. Why is that happening? Why do you think it's happening? Are we just not doing the basics right?
Yeah, I think maybe the guys aren't hitting the right kind of lengths or anything like that. I felt that there was just not enough energy in the bowling.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't have enough of that Protea fire that we were looking for.
Yeah.
And that I think is being the problem at the moment.
It was almost as if the guys were too relaxed going into the World Cup. You know, we had Otis Gibson saying, it's just cricket, don't worry, it's not.
They were trying to reverse psychology, I think.
Exactly, and it's like they didn't face that inner demon of the World Cup's past. You know, there is the Joker's tag, and this team entered the tournament just ignoring that. And I think if you don't get to exercise that
take ownership of it, man.
And face it, then these sort of things happen. I think they lack the Proteas fire. They were too relaxed. And hopefully these 2 defeats was the kick under the butt they needed.
We have a very good record against India. It does bring out the best in our lads. But what is the plan B here? What do we do? Even if Bjorn Hendricks makes it there on time, it doesn't shore up the bowling issue that we've had. Lungi's out. We're now relying on our all-rounders. Are they the men for the job? Do we just go out and give spin the opportunity? What is the plan B here?
Yeah, they'll probably take some confidence from the fact that New Zealand could take the pace off the ball and trouble the Indians in one of their warm-up matches there, which the Kiwis won.
Yeah.
But that's what we need to do. We have to probably bowl both our frontline spinners, and then look at all the all-rounders. We've only got 2 quicks in Kagiso and Chris Morris. So that's where we have to back these guys.
Yeah.
Look, I think if Buren is unavailable, that's a problem for South Africa because in the warm-up games, the India openers, both Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, battled against left-arm seamers, and that would be a nice addition. He would add that variety to the attack. I think what will also be interesting is the battle between Kagiso Rabada and Virat Kohli.
Yeah.
That's why I would like to see South Africa mix it up a bit, you know, have Kagiso maybe come on his first change to bowl at Virat, see if Imran Tahir and, well, Buren probably won't play, so maybe have Petro Kwaya open the bowling with him. I think Kohli might bring back the fire we need from Rabada just to kickstart our campaign.
Yeah. One thing I can't help having in the back of my mind, this is obviously England we're playing in, and rain is always an imminent danger. How much
it
of
did play
that...
a massive effect on Sri Lanka and Afghanistan yesterday.
So how much of that plays in Faf's mind in terms of, given pitch conditions, weather conditions, what does he go in doing first? Are we trying to chase? Are we trying to defend?
We've messed that decision up twice
exactly.
now.
Yeah, you take this one.
Yeah, look, I reckon Faf messed it up in the first two games. Again, it boils down to they went into the tournament backing their bowlers to defend any score the batsman would set. But then they changed the tactic and they bowl first, allowing the batsman to chase. So I think today, look, the irony of that is it will probably work better against India today. but you want to change it around. You want to get in there. It will be tough, definitely. I think, look, this decision can go either way.
Are you hopeless, guys? Are you hopeless, or do you feel like this Proteas team, all things considered, can turn it around?
You've got to be positive. They have to be positive.
Yes.
You look at India and you think to yourself, wow, you've got Rohit Sharma, you've got Virat Kohli, you've got Dhoni down the line, you've got Pandya down the line, and you've got the best ODI bowler in the world in Jasprit Bumrah. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one for the Proteas, but if they're going to have to pull out the bag anytime, it's going to be today.
Absolutely. Boys, we believe in you. You are a world-class side. Make it happen today. Come on, Protea Fire. Come on.
Bring it home, man. Of course, 2 encounters that you can look forward to today. The big one, from our perspective, South Africa up against India, kicks off at 11:30 SA time this morning. Then a little bit later, Bangladesh, brimming with confidence, thanks to South Africa, will face New Zealand at the iconic Oval. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I'm positive, man. I'm positive.
Yeah. Let's take
Virtual high five.
Come on, man.
Across the table.
Across the land to England.
Oh, well, listen, Woolies is sorting us out as Father's Day is around the corner. It's all about the A to Z of dadding. And Nick Strelitz, earlier when we went through our various gifting ideas for our father figures in our lives, we also got to talk about who we view.
Yes.
Graham chose his friends, his guy friends. I chose my dad.
Yeah.
But you hinted at someone furry, and that will be here a little bit later. You can't tell us that solution. He's been here the whole time.
He's furry. He is unsupportive sometimes. He's not really a constant. It's my uncle. No, it's Bob.
Uncle Bob.
The Frenchie. Now, I've been able to study Bob in his natural habitat for the last 2.5 years, and he is just a beacon of support for his family. He lets Bella do all the parenting. He's elusive. You can't find him.
Well, Bass is a little unbehaved.
Yeah, misbehaved, maybe? Listen, unbehaved, misbehaved. Look at this. I mean, are you dying? Are you dying for this? Even in this photo, he looks like he's not really present, which is my favorite thing about him. Bob, are you here with us? Happy Father's... No. But it's lovely to see their relationship blossom over the years right before us. And they really do share a special bond, even though Bob looks completely disinterested, doesn't want to be here, doesn't want to be a parent. He wants to be a bachelor. He wants to go to Hawaii and party.
To live his best life.
But I've got a couple gifts that Bastian's...
Oh, you said gifts. He's excited.
Now he's... Look at you. You are materialistic and you're superficial. Okay, nothing. Bob, thank you so much on behalf of Bastian and I. That's for you. This is all Woolies. This is for you.
Oh, cute, Bessie.
Bessie. Oh,
look at you
that.
giving your dad
Little
some cool
skater
gifts.
boy. And we need a knit. And look, he's doing tonal. Someone's listened to me finally, are taking my fashion tips advice.
Oh, little gangster Bob. Thank you.
In paradise.
Do we have a treat?
No, we do not.
Okay, we save the treats for later. But Bessie,
Yes.
well done on choosing some great gifts for your dad.
Bob? Oh my God, loving the tonal. I told you, I was onto something.
He is loving it. Oh, well, listen, we need to take a quick break from all of this cuteness, and we'll see you in just a bit. Bessie? Bobby?
Bon boy.
Bon voy!
Discover the new language of travel. Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards reimagined.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline bling.
That can only
It can only be that time of the week when it's a Wednesday and you tune into your feel-good breakfast show. It's time for the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. And a very special edition it is today because the month of Ramadan is over and Muslims in South Africa and all around the world are celebrating Eid today. So the question is, do you know what Eid is? Well, stay tuned because today in the kitchen we have the amazing chef Ammaarah Petersen who will be answering all our questions about Eid celebrations. And also remember to post your questions or your comments to our social media pages. Great to have you back in the kitchen, Ammaarah.
Thank you for having me, Kat.
Excellent, excellent. So let's start with the basic question to get that out of the way and talk about what is Eid.
So basically Eid is sort of the celebration that you get to enjoy with your friends, your family, after the month of fasting. So it's normally 3-day celebration, but like in Cape Town, we really only celebrated 1 day.
Okay.
But it's actually like a 3-day celebration where God says, you know what, you had stayed from food, you've been good to your neighbors, you've tried to be the best person that you possibly could have been. So just rejoice and have a good time.
So in other parts of the world, it can actually go up to a 3-day long celebration.
Yeah, every single day for 3
communities
days,
come
they're
together.
eating, they're just enjoying themselves.
That is absolutely amazing. So is there a definite point of when Eid is celebrated?
Definitely. The same way that like the Ramadan starts with regards to going to go sight the moon. Because the Islamic sort of calendar works with the lunar. So it works with the lunar calendar. So in order for you to know when the new month is, you've got to sight the moon.
Okay.
So yesterday we had to go to 3 Anchor Bay and actually sight the moon in order to see if today was the first day of the fast.
Oh, right. So now it means there's a new moon that has started, which means a new lunar month, and thus the beginning of the Eid celebrations. And so during this time, what do the Muslim community do to celebrate Eid?
Look, I think it depends on every kind of household, you know. So, but traditionally, it's something that, you know, we wake up in the morning, we have a small bite to eat, we'll go for a prayer. But it's really incumbent on every sort of Muslim that can afford. You've got to feed at least one person that's like less fortunate.
Okay.
So you usually distribute some food or you give some money before the time so people can actually arrange their own food.
Yes.
So you'll go for the Eid prayer, which is a special prayer that only happens on Eid day. You'll come back and you'll enjoy a massive breakfast with your family. You'll go and greet all the rest of your family, your friends, and then you'll have a massive lunch.
Yes.
And you'll just eat the entire day and just enjoy and you know, just celebrate the fact that you've achieved or try to achieve to become a better person.
And I'm assuming during this time there are those conversations of reflection on what the past month of Ramadan has meant.
Definitely,
in the
without
growth
a
of the
doubt.
community, the growth of the family, the strengthening of bonds between humanity.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. And I think that, like for me personally, if you look at what science teaches us, you know, it takes 21 days to break a habit. So here you're spending 30 days trying to get the habit of, you know, every single day you're sending your neighbor something to eat, you know.
Wow.
You're like physically practicing, trying to perfect your 5 times a day prayers and just being very conscientious of God.
Sure.
You know, so it's a full 30 days where you're doing it every single day, or at least trying to do it every single day.
That's amazing.
So by the 30, but like today, which is the first, you actually feel spiritually enriched and you just feel like a better person. You know?
Excellent. So on this day, the start of, or the end of Ramadan and the Eid celebration is starting, what is the appropriate way to greet?
So we have a special greeting and we say Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak, and this means have a blessed Eid. So a blessed celebration.
All right.
You know, there's a saying that God says, like, the way you spend your day is an indication of whether He's accepted your good deeds and your good actions, you know. So we always, when we meet each other, we always say, have a blessed Eid, because if you're having a blessed Eid, it means that all your actions of the past 3 days has been accepted by God.
And I understand that also, is it Eid Saeed is also a variation of the
Yes,
greeting?
definitely. For us here in Cape Town, we usually just say Eid Mubarak. People in Saudi Arabia, they say Eidun Saeedun, meaning like have a fantastic, happy, joyous occasion, you know. So it just depends on different parts of the world which term they'll use, you know.
Yeah, loving learning from you, and we're going to get into the food very shortly, so make sure that you stay tuned to the Culinary Hotline. Bring! Ting, ting, ting!
Eid Mubarak to all of our Muslim viewers again, and especially to our colleagues, to Khanif, who has been battling through this fast. Enjoy breaking the fast today, guys.
That's right. And of course, this princess, what's on the menu today?
Chocolate muffins.
Oh, I'll have one, thank you.
Sing it down. We'll see you in just a moment.
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe. See you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling.
That
It only means one thing. It's that time of the morning, time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing. Chef Ammaarah Petersen joins us this morning for a very special edition of the Culinary Hotline Bling. It is the Eid edition because the month of Ramadan has now been completed. The sighting of the new moon has been completed, and now begins the Eid celebrations. And so we are learning more about it, especially in understanding what our Muslim community is doing during this time.
Yeah.
So first things first, in the morning of Eid,
yes.
What's usually had for breakfast? Because I mean, obviously the Culinary Hotline Bling, it's all about food.
I think that again, once it just depends on every household. For my family, it's traditional that my mom bakes her famous bread, my gran makes her famous bread. They have like corn tongue, corned beef, different selections of cheese, some fruits. But like I said, every household is very, very different.
Yeah.
It's just like a spread of food.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll have pies on the table. Sometimes you'll have pizzas on the table.
Sure.
But it's like traditionally, there must be corned beef, must be baked bread and coleslaw. That's like for us a
The
must.
table buffet is stacked out.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
What about, I've heard there's something called the snack table? So is there like a
yeah.
main buffet table and then there's a snack table?
Yes, basically. So it was like a craft table kind of
Oh,
thing.
wow.
That's the table where you just have like lots of luxuries, some cakes, some biscuits. And that's because what happens is throughout the day we have friends, family coming in to wish you Eid Mubarak.
Yes.
So you have something on the table to offer them, whether it's juice and a piece of biscuit or a piece of cake. You know, that's just kind of the table that you have there. For everybody to snack on, you know.
All right, okay. And then yesterday I actually met a gentleman who said that today he's going to have a massive celebration, a lunch.
Oh, yes,
and like there's
definitely.
120 people invited to this
gosh.
lunch, and I just dropped. But this is amazing. So tell me about this lunch and what happens there.
Yeah, traditionally we have like a massive lunch, and the thing is you don't know who's coming, you know, so you just prepare as much as you possibly can, you know. Traditionally, there's always just a crayfish curry on the table and a roasted lamb leg and biryani or seafood paella, some vegetables, some salad, some rice. I think, again, it depends on what the family likes. For me personally, I try and like spice things up on Eid. So this year, instead of me doing a crayfish curry, I'll be doing like a crayfish thermidor, just to give people different sort of flavors and tastes, you know.
All right. Or what you're about to make for us right now, which is
what I'm about to make for you today.
pan-fried lemon and paprika velouté.
Velouté, yes.
Oh, velouté.
It's a velouté. It's a French sauce.
Velouté.
Yes.
You've got.
It's a French fish sauce.
There we go. Show us how to make this delicious
Okay,
dish.
so first things first, what I want to do is I just want to heat up a nice saucepan. I'm going to be making a nice sauce to go over my pan-fried prawns.
Yes.
You could do this on a fire, obviously way more flavor.
Okay.
You could do this in the oven as well. Obviously, each and every sort of cooking technique gives it a different taste.
Excellent.
But I'm just going to pan fry
Let's
it.
get into
so
it.
while my pan is warming up, all I want to do is I'm just going to be sprinkling some spice over my prawns,
Wow,
right?
that's a lot of spice. What spice
Yes,
is that?
this is some Durban masala, and then a little bit of paprika just for the color.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
And then I have some garlic paste.
Excellent.
And then what I want to do is I want to just add some lemon zest onto this. The thing about this dish is you could do this the night before. The only suggestion I would have is if you are marinating it the night before, you don't actually add the lemon because the lemon actually cooks fish. So if ever you're marinating any fish in advance, you never ever add the lemon because the lemon is acid, so it actually cooks the fish.
And you actually see it if you were to squeeze some lemon over, let's say, some raw salmon. If you leave it there for long enough, it starts turning white in those spots where you...
Yes, because the acid cooks, because it's a soft sort of meat.
Excellent.
So first things first, for our velouté, we're going to add in our butter, and we're going to add in rosemary. The thing about like a hard herb is you have to heat it up to release all the flavor from it. It's not like parsley or coriander where you add it in at the end because it doesn't need excess heat. With rosemary and thyme, you got to sort of roast it off in order to get that sort of the best flavor out of it. We're going to add some onions to that.
That pot sounds like it's at exactly the perfect heat right now.
You got to hear the sizzle.
That sizzle is beautiful.
Yeah, the sizzle is very good.
By the way, you at home, if you've just tuned in, we are making a lemon and paprika pan-fried prawns with velouté. SMS the keyword prawn to 33728 and we'll send you a link to the recipe as well as the ingredients list. And of course, we're doing this all in honor of the start of the Eid celebrations all across the world as our Muslim community commemorates the end of the month of Ramadan and the beginning of Eid. All right.
Okay, cool. Next thing, while my onions are getting nice and brown, I've added my butter to my pan.
Okay.
What I want is I want my butter to be nice and nutty, which is like lightly browned, as you can see. That releases a nutty butter. That releases beautiful flavor. And all we want to do is just pop our prawns in.
Oh, look at that.
What I've done is I've just basically butterflied the prawns and I've left the head on. Most of the flavor's actually in the skin and in the head. So if you remove sort of the skin and the head, you don't have as much flavor. So it's always just best
eat
to
the
keep
whole
it on.
thing? Because I mean, when I'm eating prawns, I can't not like get involved with the head and squeeze all the juice out. And people are like, ew, that's disgusting. Why are you doing that? I'm like, no.
You've got to suck the head.
You
like,
have
that's
to.
Definitely one of the pleasures of any crustacean. You know? It's because all the flavors in there. So we want to make sure that we get the best out of it. So sucking it is key.
Excellent.
You know?
So we got the prawns that are being pan-fried over there while we get involved with our velouté on the side here.
So my onions are nice and sort of like golden, you know. It's a golden color. It's not completely brown. The darker you make your onions, the darker your sauce will be. So I don't want it to be too dark. So I have some filleted fish, which has just been cubed. The bones have been taken out.
Could that be any fish of your choice?
Look, the better kind of fish is obviously like a king clip, but that's really expensive. So the cost-effective way is just to use a hake.
Okay,
you know? So
good.
just like a fillet of hake is good. And this is just all just for added flavor.
All right, good stuff. I'll tell you what, let us carry on in the kitchen. We're going to be taking care of these ingredients, making sure they are at the right preparation point, and we'll be back again to reveal what the result looks like. SMS prawn to 33728.
Well, today we are joined by one of our absolute favorite interior designers. It's interior designing expert, Thomaz. He's with us, and he's here once again to give us advice on how our home decor can be incorporated for the winter months. And winter is coming, and it's coming fast. So today we will be discussing the best and easiest ways to use decor to transform your home in preparation for the cold months ahead. Dylan, it's so great to have you here.
Lovely being back, Zoe.
Well, it's always nice to talk decor with you. Winter is here. I'm in Cape Town. It is cold, and I know that the sun it sets earlier. The days are shorter, and it is cold. And is it possible to use decor elements to warm up your space?
I think it's actually the best way to warm up a space, especially if you're looking for quick fixes, which I think is really important.
Okay, now let's start off in the homes. I mean, for me, when it comes to a cold space, I find I'm there right now. I've recently moved.
Exactly.
So I've gone from wooden floors to tiles. I find the space extremely cold. What's the best way to warm up a space that you're in?
So I think the best thing to do, Zoe, is, especially if you have tiles, let's look at an area rug. And I think what it does is it obviously covers the space of all the tiles lie, but it also warms up the space so you can actually walk around barefoot in your home and not worry about the cold too much, right?
Yeah.
And the more tactility, the better.
Okay. And in terms of like heating elements, like I've been looking at gas stove, like not gas stoves, but gas heaters. Some of them can be really bulky, but what is another way in terms of to bring in some heat?
So I think tactility in throws, which I think is really important, like those nice fluffy throws that you would see like on Game of Thrones. Or you could bring in like pieces of art, which I think is really important, where you have tactility within the art, which I think is really lovely. And then also on your scatter cushions. I think the fluffier they are, the more textured they are, I think it just makes the space feel a lot warmer.
I think so too, and I love that idea of bringing it in through your throw pillows. And I know for a lot of people that, for example, maybe don't want to paint their space. They want to, you know, because I mean, new spaces, it's bland walls,
Sure.
it's cold walls, it's white walls at the end of the day. For someone not interested in doing a big paint over, how can they warm up their space for winter?
So I think there's two ways to look at it. I think you can either do art, which is quite tactile, so you do things that are more, that have like wood elements in it and those sort of things, or you could actually use shelving with lots of decor pieces that are warm and comforting, just to like bring it to life and also just take out the coldness that you find in these spaces that we're talking about.
Yeah, and you also probably have to be careful so that you don't over-clutter your space.
Completely. You know how I feel about that.
No, we definitely don't want that. And then you've mentioned before warm decor elements.
Yes.
What exactly do you mean when you use that term?
So I think you need to talk about the different colours. So I think warm colours are really important here. So you do a lot more neutrals. Those would be non-greys, but more yellow-based colours and browns. But then also the tactility of wood and throws, which would be like furs and fluffy type elements, which I think would really bring a space to life.
Okay.
And that would, I think, how you'd bring the warmth in from a decor point of view.
So you're talking, you're speaking about neutral colours, but I've been into the stores and I see scatter cushions everywhere. They're bringing in a lot of the teals.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of that rich dark purples. If someone wants to add their space with some pop of colour, even though you're in winter,
Sure.
which colours would you steer them towards?
Definitely dual tones. I think that's actually the best way to bring in a lot more fashionability within your space, but still keeping it very wintry and moody, and just making it feel a lot more cozy.
I like that. I really like that. And for someone that wants to do, you know, small seasonal changes to their place, what would you recommend for that?
So I think, again, focusing on scatter cushions, which I think would bring the space to life, and it really just brings a little bit of fashion element into it, but also a bit of warmth. A great area rug, I think that's also a really nice way to do it, and especially if you layer it. So you get quite a neutral jute or sisal rug, and then you add like a little bit of a fashion element on top of it, and then throws. I think throws just make a space feel so much warmer, especially now in these coming months. And you just throw it over the couch and just make it look quite chilled, and then just snuggle.
And for you, which is your favourite season when it comes to putting a space together? Are you more of a summer person or a winter person?
That's a really good question. Right now, with the cold in Cape Town, I'm definitely a summer person.
Okay. So it won't even bother if I ask you what's your favourite part about winter?
A glass of red wine in front of a fireplace, right? And slugging on a fur throat.
Fireplaces, they are so lucky this time of year.
We can always just pretend in front of a gas fireplace, right, that you can wheel around if you don't have the luxury of it.
And speaking of a gas fire, candles is also something that I really enjoy. So
yes.
in terms of scented candles and incorporating candles into your space, which fragrances should people bring into their homes?
So I think in winter, I think you want to use a lot more warmer, so cocos and tobacco type fragrances. I think that's really, really lovely. But also what I love about this, the candle conversation is in the introduction of low lights, which I think is really nice. So like really have lots of floor lights around your space, turn off the headlights, and really just soak up the warmth in that, because it really just gives you a natural, beautiful glow around your space.
And you know what I've recently just changed is my light bulbs, because
Sure.
I like a cold light, and I've now moved into my new space, and I'm like, it's too cold.
Exactly.
So I've just swapped out the lamp,
Yeah.
the light bulbs for like warmer,
Warm white,
yellow,
yes. Yes,
glowy,
yes,
and
yes.
it just, I promise you, that heats up the place.
Completely, instantaneously. And I think a lot of people don't realize that if you take from cool white to warm white actually makes you feel better without you realizing, because you don't actually feel manic, you feel a lot more relaxed, especially at night.
See, you don't have to break the bank. It's small changes that you can incorporate into your home and just to make it a warmer space going into winter.
Exactly.
Dylan, it was great having you here.
Lovely
Thank you
seeing you
so
again.
much.
Yes.
And of course, now that you have no excuses anymore to, but anything but to be happy and cozy in your home this coming winter. And it's all about the textures, it's about the layers, and of course, those warm tones that Dylan was talking about. And if you feel you're missing some of these winter essentials, head on over to coreycraft.co.za or the nearest store to you and find everything you need to make your home the perfect space this coming winter. Of course, we're going to take a very quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Go refill those coffee cups. We'll see you in just a bit.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline bling.
That can only mean one thing.
Put your hands in the air, yeah. I'm way too excited for this. Because it's the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. All the way. Listen, and we're celebrating the start of Eid celebrations all across the world. Chef Ammaarah Petersen is here to educate us on all the deliciousness and the significance of this time of the year. So we were making a velouté sauce over there, over our pan-fried prawns, which we would just be, after that, you know, we
So once our fish got a little bit of color, we add our cream. We simmer that for about 20 minutes. You just blitz it. You can throw it in a blender or use
table. People are coming in and out, and everyone is feasting and wishing each other Eid Mubarak. Is there even time for dessert?
Of course, there's always time for dessert.
What do we have? What do we have?
So first things first, we're just going to whip up some cream, and then we're going to add some dessert cream, and we're going to mix that in there. For the sweetness, we're going to add about a quarter can of condensed milk. This is like one of my favorite desserts. It's a really simple dessert, but it's truly just amazing with a combination of flavors. Then I'm going to be adding in some nice thick strawberry yogurt.
So decadent.
Yes, but obviously if you like a different flavor, maybe like a peach or something like that, you could do that.
Oh my word.
You want to taste this? This is like the best part with all of this.
SMS the keyword dessert to 33728 to get this Malaysian pudding sent to you, or at least the ingredients. Imagine you could just SMS dessert to 33728 and then poof, Chef
That would be
Ammaarah's
amazing.
dessert just pops up in front of you. No, we'll send you a link to the recipe as well as a list of the ingredients so that you can try it out at home. And perhaps you want to do so for Eid as well. You were telling me, so while you're mixing all of this up, because obviously you're going to be folding in, there's two different kinds of Eid. The Eid after the fast, which we're at now.
Yes.
And then there's the Eid after the pilgrimage.
Yeah,
Explain those to me.
So basically, like the first Eid is called Eid al-Fitr, and that's the Eid after the fast.
Yeah.
We have to give, so if you are able to, you have to actually feed somebody the exact same way that you are eating on Eid. Whereas the second Eid, which is after pilgrimage, is more the sacrificial Eid, and that's where people go to Mecca, where they perform pilgrimage, and then what happens is they slaughter. And they slaughter based on the same principle of Prophet Abraham, when God was commanding him to almost slaughter his son. So that's how we do it. And even like I was telling you, our Eid celebration is all about sort of festivities. And it's not actually based in the Quran, but it's actually from Prophet Jesus. When he had that Last Supper, he asked God, can I have an Eid so that all my people can eat and there's no depletion. So Eid is about having everybody be able to come and eat and enjoy with no depletion, you know, as a reward.
So with no depletion comes a lot of surplus. So what do you do with the leftovers?
That's normally what we call is barakachis, and everybody will come, and then we'll just like, by my mom, we 6 kids, so like everybody will just take a little bit home, so they have.
I was about to ask for the barakachi. You don't make something as delicious that I really need to taste a little bit of this.
Yeah,
so
no,
everyone gets to take a little bit of the deliciousness home as well.
For me personally, I don't want to wake up the next morning after Eid and not have a slice of freshly baked bread with corned beef. That is just a must. So a barakat, you'll see that everybody just walks away with something small because everything just looks so delicious and you have no space to eat anymore, so you take it for the next day.
What a wonderful time of the year of celebration, of spiritual enlightenment, and thank you for bringing us into the fold, into the picture
No
of that as well.
problem, my pleasure.
I wonder if you want to maybe leave our Muslim viewers out there with a special message.
Yeah, Eid Mubarak, and I hope that all your good activities and all your good deeds are accepted and fulfilled, and may this be the starting point for the rest of the year for you to live a spiritual life. Don't forget to go and check out my Instagram page, Ammaarah.Petersen. We'll find all these amazing recipes.
Excellent.
Enjoy your day.
Excellent. Our thanks to Chef Ammaarah for the most insightful culinary hotline bling.
Cheers.
Sing, sing, as we celebrate Eid.
Till next time.
I hope you have a blessed day. And likewise, as we build towards, we know there's a commercial underpinning, yes, but Father's Day is a special day and a blessed day because we love our dads. The A to Z of dads, in fact, and Woolies have us covered.
Yes,
really enjoyed the
king.
segment earlier. Even now, I know it was successful because my mates' kids have started teasing them.
Oh,
and so you
stunning,
did it, dude. You did it.
Yes, making
Fait
dads
accompli.
everywhere embarrassed.
Dude, we're loving it because there is an educational component as well.
Yes.
As a dad, you are never too young or too old to learn something new in
you
terms
are
of
not,
looking
sir.
after yourself. Exactly.
And I brought along my gifts earlier, so now this is my little beauty edit, but beards are a must-have right now. We've already kind of dived into it slightly.
Like last year, it felt like you were a bit of a hipster vibe if you had a beard. This year, if you don't have a beard, you're like, I'm naked.
You are naked, you have no friends anymore, they have left you in the streets because this is the go-to trend. But more importantly, that it's upkeep, it's maintenance actually of the beard. And all you really need are 2 products this Father's Day. You've got this gorgeous Long Market Barber beard oil. So it's really so easy. I'm actually gonna give a couple drops to you.
Okay.
So you guys, you really...
How do I apply? Do I like
yeah, so I'm gonna put 2 drops in your hand.
Like aftershave vibes?
Yeah,
Okay.
so 1, 2, rub
That's
it
all you
together in
need,
your
eh?
hands, make it really warm, and then a gentle pat. A gentle pat.
Why? I know this is probably something you've covered many, many times, but why do we pat creams onto the face, especially the eyes? Why do we pat?
Well, for the eyes, it's about sensitivity. This is the sort of skinniest part of the face, so you don't want to actually put too much pressure. But for oil, you don't want the oil to seep on your hands. You want it to go directly into the beard.
It smells lekker, eh?
Isn't it great? So this is ultra hydrating, ultra nourishing. And men too often, I think, forget about this hair in terms of this hair. This we sort of keep and maintain. This we sort of let sort of fall.
And trust me, and people are looking at this hair. If you've got it all over your face, chances are it's the first thing people are going to see.
Exactly. Now take this little. How cute is this? How cute is this?
Cool.
Okay, is this sanitary? We don't care.
We don't care.
My germs, your germs, yours are mine. So this is really just to obviously.
Look, I'm probably not long enough to be doing a full comb, but I still feel like I can do with the grooming. You know.
Grooming, and it actually places all the hairs, no matter how long or short, perfectly straight and narrow, and it actually gets that oil nicely dispersed and evenly balanced throughout the skin. And what I love about Long Market Barber as well is 100% vegan, locally sourced, locally manufactured. It's good beauty, not tested on animals, and I cannot scream this enough how important that facet is.
Yeah, no, very much so. I think people forget about the correlation between hair and skin and the fact that they are part of the same organism, essentially, in your body. What you do to the hair will affect the skin and vice versa.
The largest organ in your body.
Yeah, no, completely. And my, going into winter, it's so funny. I've been flying up and down between Joburg, air conditioning. In Joburg itself, it's so dry during winter, and I've felt it. And I've felt it mostly under my beard.
Exactly, so that's all you need. You do your regular skin, a couple of dabs of this beard oil, hydration. Hydration.
And you get to do this as well.
Oh, yes.
You can just go like that. No, that's
Stunning.
very cool, man.
And it's a keychain as well.
I feel kind of like a new man, as ridiculous as that sounds. But a little bit of grooming goes a long way, especially if you're a professional and you're entering into that space and you're going to carry a beard. You've got to make sure that it's tailored, that it's clean, that it's slick, man.
Absolutely. And what I love is Woolworths Father's Day gifting. You can obviously shop everything we've seen today in store, online at www.woolworths.co.za or on the Woolies app, which is so easy.
Yeah, dude, and the idea of personalizing, I love it. You mean you can put a little dad, you're awesome.
This is a ring, it's gorgeous. And what they're doing, which is amazing.
How can we personalize
on the 15th and 16th of June, which is the day before and on Father's Day, if you visit Woolworths, Sandton, Canal Walk, Gateway, or East Gate, you get personalization, customization, gift wrapping. It's all done there for you. Pick out your favorite prints, what you want to get dad. All done.
Make dad feel like the legend that he is. We'll see you in a moment. That is cool.
Bijou says I have to swim. I have to swim.
Yeah, he's doing his homework. About to.
I'm not filming. I'm not filming.
And the next word describes me perfectly.
Lunatic. Lunatic.
Weer sing. Na al die jare gif vir my are al haar tande proe soos tequila en sonde jou hande op my jy trek my in jy trek my uit met 'n koue kyk en jou warm lyf voel ek voel beheer jy trek my in
Is er nog niet zo?
Sterrebrand.
Shiny stars.
Is it going that
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and it's been such a pleasure this morning. So good, in fact, to be hanging out with Janie Bay. She's been providing us with the most beautiful music. Your voice is golden, it's beautiful, and we can't wait to hear more of it. What does the rest of the year hold in store for you, by the way?
I'm writing for a new album, Afrikaans project. So the songs that we've been doing lately is kind of leading into that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what about concerts and shows? Can people go and see you performing live soon somewhere, or follow your journey at least?
On the 15th of June, I'm playing at Badplaas. There's a festival called Wild and Wynfees. So you can check on socials or Google it, see where tickets at and all of that.
Wild and Wyn.
Yeah, Wild and Wynfees.
In Lekker.
En, yeah.
What's the last song you prepped for us?
It's called Sterrebrand. This is a collab that I did with Jan Blaukaas, but this is the acoustic version. It's actually a dance song. So I'm giving it a bit of a different vibe.
Oh, the stage is all yours. Take it away.
Thank you.
Is dit mooi voor mij? Is dit mooi voor mij? Op stranden, sand in ons handen, ons breekt als die branders, voel dit weer en weer en weer en weer. Je trekt mij aan, je trekt mij uit, kan ik langer blij, kan ik langer blij, voel soos die eerste keer.
Expresso morning show made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
En as jy val, sal ek jou vang. Die sterre brand jou oë, maak op toe my skat. Voel ek verloor beheer, ek moet van jou vergeet. Hou op so na my kyk, jy weet jy's mooi vir my. Weet jy's mooi vir my. Weet jy's mooi vir my. Weet jy's mooi vir my.